Have you ever woken up to find that your bank changed its terms overnight? It's frustrating, it's confusing, and if you're not careful, it could cost you big time. But here's the thing, there's a reason for this, and it's not always just bad luck. I've studied this trend extensively, and today, I'm breaking down exactly why this happens and what you can do about it. First, let's talk about the nature of the banking industry. Banks are constantly adjusting their terms to stay competitive and maximize their profits. This can mean changes in fees, interest rates, or even how your account is managed. The problem is, these changes often happen without much warning, and when they do, you're left scrambling to figure out what happened. But here's the catch. Some of these changes are actually part of a larger trend banks use to improve their bottom line. For example, many banks shift their terms in response to economic shifts, such as a change in interest rates or inflation. When the Federal Reserve raises or lowers rates, banks typically adjust their products to reflect those changes. And while they may send out a notice, let's be real, who reads the fine print? If you didn't catch the change, you could suddenly be paying higher fees or getting a lower interest rate on your savings account. Next, banks use what I call the behavioral nudge. This is a tactic where banks change the terms of their services, hoping to nudge you into a certain behavior. Let's say you've had your account for years, and you're comfortable with how things are going. A small change, like a sudden fee for a service you've always used for free, can make you think twice. Banks know that a lot of people won't take the time to switch banks, so they use these small tweaks to get more money out of their existing customers. This doesn't just affect the big names, either. Smaller banks or credit unions can do this too. Now, let's talk about the most insidious reason your bank might change its terms. This one's a little more controversial. Some banks will change terms as a tactic to force customers into newer, more profitable products. Think about it. If you've had the same credit card with the same interest rate for years, banks might decide to tweak the rules so that you're more likely to upgrade to a new, higher-fee credit card with better rewards. They're betting that you won't notice, or that the inconvenience of switching will keep you locked in. What should you do if your bank changes terms on you overnight? Well, first, take a deep breath and check the new terms carefully. It might seem like a big deal, but it's important to understand exactly what's changed. I've worked with clients in the past who were outraged by seemingly small changes, but once we broke down the numbers, they realized the difference wasn't as significant as it seemed. But for others, the change was huge, and they needed to act fast. So here's where you need to pay close attention. If the changes are significant, say a sudden spike in fees or a steep drop in interest rates, this could be a sign that you should explore other options. But be careful. Banks know how to make it difficult to switch. They make the process sound easy, but they often hide the hurdles in the fine print. What I recommend doing next is twofold. First, if you're not happy with the new terms, call your bank. Ask them to explain the changes and, if possible, negotiate a better deal. It's surprising how often customers get better terms just by asking. Second, don't be afraid to shop around. I've done a lot of research on this, and the key takeaway here is that you're not stuck with your current bank just because they changed their terms. There are other options out there that could better suit your needs. But here's a major tip I want to leave you with. Something I don't see a lot of people talking about. Check if your bank has a pattern of these changes. If this isn't the first time your bank has pulled something like this, it might be time to seriously consider a move. I've had clients who ignored these signs for years, thinking their bank had earned their loyalty, only to realize they were being taken advantage of. The truth is, the more you know about how your bank operates, the better you'll be able to protect your own financial well-being. So if this video gave you value and you're tired of feeling blindsided by sudden changes from your bank, consider subscribing. By subscribing, you'll stay in the loop on all the insights that'll help you make smarter financial decisions. Don't get left in the dark next time your bank changes terms overnight.